Oh my god, no way, no way. You gotta be kidding me. I've been waiting so long for this moment. It happened again. I went to bed, our video had 1,000 views, and when I woke up in the morning, it had 10,000 views. But not only did it have 10,000 views, it also had 1,000 likes, which is absolutely phenomenal. And I can't thank you guys enough for that. Thank you so much, and I really want to get back out there and hunt for some more whitetail. But this time, I'm actually planning on using a tree stand. That way we can try and find a whole herd of whitetail, take down some of the big bucks, and then see how many we can actually get. So first off, we're going to be doing a lot of scouting today. We're going to be looking down these lakes here and seeing if we can't find ourselves a nice herd of whitetail. Usually they drink down here around 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Hopefully we can find a nice herd of whitetail. We just got to our first spot here, and there's about 4 different bucks out here and 2 does. Now that buck there is kind of a decent buck, but he's not exactly a giant. He's going to be the biggest buck of this herd though, I do believe. This buck here is kind of borderline shooter, and another borderline one there. And we also have a tiny buck back here. Now again, there could be some more bucks back there that we don't see just yet, and we're going to check that out. But for the time being, I think we're going to hold off on this herd and see if we can't find ourselves a bigger buck. We just found another herd of whitetail here, and again, it looks like the biggest one's going to be kind of this one here. He's a really wide buck, but he's really not what we're looking for. We're looking to break that 200 plus mark here, and this guy isn't quite going to cut it. I think we're going to end up passing up this herd and continue on with the hunt. Well guys, remember when I told you I decided to pass up that last herd of whitetails? Well, they're actually right over there, and we are going to pass them up. That's going to be the wide buck right there. But take a look at this. I just found a track from a max weight whitetail buck, and he crossed through right here. Take a look at this. That's a max weight whitetail buck track right there, guys. A max weight whitetail came right through here. Not only that, there's a tree right here that's going to be perfect to set up our stand. So we're going to go over here, we'll set up a stand there, and the whitetail should come past and drink somewhere over there. Now the thing is, they're going to drink kind of far away from us, but I do think that this is going to be a perfect crossing for us to be able to intercept that giant whitetail buck. Alright guys, it's the next morning now, and we're heading out to our tree stand. We only have about 80 yards to go here. It is 10:30 in the morning. The whitetail should start to drink at around 12 or 12:30. But I wanted to get here at least like 30-40 minutes before they start to come, because I really don't know where they're going to be coming from exactly. I got a pretty good idea they're going to be coming from the west end over here, and they should work their way along this bottom of this riverbank here. Now we have one tree stand set up here, and I actually have another one about 50 yards away on the opposite side. In case the wind decides to shift, it'll be set up pretty good, because I really don't know which way the wind's going to go at this point. But right now it seems like we have a pretty awesome wind for either one of these stands. So I just want to jump up in here quick and check out this location and see how I feel about this spot. I know there's going to be a bunch of branches here, but got a decent little crossing here. We're not really going to be able to see them as they're coming from this direction though. That's the only thing about this spot. And what's really weird about this spot is I've never really hunted whitetail in kind of like the Rocky Mountains area, because all of this here is rocks. This is kind of like a little mountain here. The only path that they really come through is basically right here. This is kind of the only flat area, and except for down there, but they don't actually go down there. They stay up on the high, and this is really the only place we can set up here. So I just don't know if we should be in this location or in that stand down there. It's kind of like a 50-50 chance. Well, I guess we're not really going to have a choice at this point, because we got a bull elk coming right past us here. Man, what a busted up looking bull. We do have the recurve, but I don't know if we have the right arrows equipped. And you know what? I don't think we're going to take down this bull either, because I don't want to risk any chance of that big buck coming past. Still a pretty cool sight though to see a nice bull elk walk right underneath you like that. Whoa, we've been sitting here for about 30 minutes now. Any minute now, these deer should start moving. Oh my god, guys, they're coming behind us. They're coming behind us. I never would have expected that to happen. All of a sudden, I look, and we got bucks coming right behind us. Even though we set up 2 different tree stands to try and compensate for the wind, we just still weren't able to make it happen. But guess what, guys? That's one of our big bucks right there. And can we even take a shot on him? Oh, it's gonna be tough. That's him right there. Beautiful whitetail buck. If we can get him to slow down, that'd be awesome. That That buck did not slow down at all. Unbelievable. These deer came right behind us. We got another buck there and another buck there. I would definitely say that the one in the front was the biggest buck here. Wow. I knew this setup that we had here, it was going to be kind of tricky. Like if they came in, it's going to be now or never. It's going to be really, really quick action. And I was hoping that we'd be able to slow them down fast enough to be able to take a shot. But I also didn't know that they were going to come in from the top side up here. I thought that they were going to come in from down there because I had tracks going across that little opening right there. Anyways, now what we're going to do is grab our tree stand and set it up, I think on that big tall tree right there. That way when these deer come in, we'll be able to see them coming from a long ways away. Alright guys, so it's the second night. We're heading out to our stand. We only have about 50 yards to go this time because we moved it over, but our stand is right there. In fact, I can see it already. We have about 20 minutes this time before the deer start to move. I started a little bit later because last time we sat in the stand for maybe 45 minutes or probably even 50 minutes before we saw any sign of any action there. But we're in, so let's get ready. Let's get ready. I'm absolutely loving this positioning of the stand right now. We can see so good. Absolutely incredible spot. I remember they came through right there. You can actually see kind of their trail about 25 yards out right there. So we can definitely take that shot when they come through. Not only that, we'll be able to take the shot all the way from here, all the way over to this point right here, which will be about like 40 yards out. So we got a really, really nice shooting lane there. You're absolutely kidding me right now. You guys will not believe what just happened. These whitetail came in the exact same way that they should have came in the last time we hunted. They just came in right through there. And because we were too far away, we couldn't even see them. Unbelievable. Hold on. I see more coming. I see more coming. That's him. That's him. That's our big buck, guys. That's our big buck. Oh, finally. We've been waiting so long for this buck to step out. Another small buck there. Look at him. Here he comes. Here he comes. Beautiful whitetail buck. Wow. What do we have here now? Another small buck. Alright, we gotta get him to come closer though. Come on. So he's actually pretty broadside out there, but it's like he knows we're here. I don't understand. We're in a tree stand and we have a good wind. Yeah, he's about like 45 out. Where'd he go? Well guys, I tried so hard to get that giant buck, but he was just too smart to come in. For some reason, he was like spookish of the tree stand. The only thing that I can think is the fact that maybe we're using the doe bleat and potentially that could have spooked him. I don't know. Sometimes when they're, when it's not full rut and you use the doe bleat, they could definitely get a little bit spookish of that. So that's the only thing I could think of that did happen. So anyways, we're back at the camp now. We're gonna get some good food, get out there tomorrow, and hopefully we can get a second chance at this giant buck. Well guys, since we couldn't get that giant buck as he was coming in to drink, I'm hoping that we can actually get him when he's finishing drinking and when he comes back to go feed. So this is the initial stand that we actually set up in the very beginning. I had his track right here. We were set up over there in that tree, which was like 50 yards that way. Now I'm thinking we should be able to get in this stand here and eventually he should come on past. The wind is not the greatest, but it's really the only chance we have. Well, this is pretty much like our last chance. So I'm hoping he comes past. Oh my god, no way, no way. You gotta be kidding me. I've been waiting so long for this moment. Don't stop behind that tree. I figured you were gonna do that. Big ol' smart buck. We have cover spray on, so we should be alright. But that buck right there, it's about 25 yards out. He might walk underneath us. gonna have to take a tough angle. Step out just a little bit. Oh, we just smoked him, guys. No way. I felt really confident about that shot. You have no clue how long we've been trying to get this buck. And every single time we got a chance, for some reason he just wouldn't come in. He kept on spooking. And we finally took him down. And not only did we take the shot, but we took him down with the recurve bow at 25 yards out. And if you look right there, guys, that's a vital hit. That is a vital hit. I don't know where he ran off to, but that was an incredible shot. Wow. Okay. So we ended up having to go all the way back to the very beginning where I initially found his track, which was right here. Now, we had our setup here before, but the buck actually crossed over there maybe like 80 yards away behind us. So we tracked this buck all the way around for a long, long ways. I'm talking, I tracked this buck from here all the way over here. I was trying to set up over here with a tree stand. That didn't work. He looped back around. And what I figured out was, okay, look, guys, we're about to get another one. About to get another buck. Not a giant, but it's definitely another buck. Gotta make our decision up here. We're gonna take that one or this one. Definitely this one. Run out of breath. There you go. There he is. There he is. Come on. Just smoked him. We took a quartering shot, guys. And I think he just piled up. Holy. Okay. So getting back to what I was saying, I figured that these bucks here were gonna eventually trot back this way after they were done drinking and go rest over here. And that's exactly what they did. You know what? We gotta get down. We've been hunting for this buck for quite a while now, and the fact that we took him down with the recurve is just, I cannot believe it. No way. Is this him piled up here? No, this is the buck we just took, guys. We ended up getting a liver shot, quartering away at 23 yards out. It's kind of an awesome shot. Just a decent 150 buck there. But our big old buck should be up here somewhere. Look right here, guys. Look right here, guys. Look right on top of this ridge. Right there's our tree stand. And right here is our giant whitetail buck that we got. After all that time, we took him down with the recurve. And here he lays, maybe 25 yards away from our tree stand. What an incredible buck. Let's take a really cool picture. All right, we got an awesome picture. Let's pick up this giant buck and see how we did. He's gonna score 214, and we ended up getting a right lung shot at 28 yards away with the Hoyu recurve bow. That's our biggest whitetail buck that we've gotten ever with the recurve. And take a look at that shot placement right there. Kind of a far shot, but what an awesome shot. And what a beautiful whitetail buck right there. I am so happy with this hunt. Wow. He has some pretty nice G2s on him. He's got a bunch of points too. It looks like he's going to be a 14 pointer. What an awesome whitetail buck right there, guys. We got him out of the tree stand with the recurve bow. I couldn't have asked for a better turnout than that. But man, this buck was tough. This is one of the toughest bucks that we've ever hunted for, by far, right here. So we are definitely getting him mounted. We just found another monster whitetail buck out there. That's going to be a 230 plus whitetail. That'll be our biggest whitetail that we've seen in a long time. We got a bear approaching us too, it looks like. But we're going to go over there now and see if we can't figure out a way to get this buck. I don't know if we're going to be able to take him out of the tree stand or not. I mean, I really would like to, but I just don't know if we're going to be able to. We're going to try. We're definitely going to try. Alright guys, so we figured out where that giant buck's going to come from now. The only thing is there's no place where we can set up a tree stand. So what we did was we set up a tripod stand right here. And if you look right there, that's going to be our big whitetail buck. He's right there. What I'm hoping for is once he's done drinking, that they come on past through here, this little opening right here, and I think we should be able to get him to slow down enough to take the shot. Well, we have company. We have a bear coming past us here. I think we might want to take him down. I really don't think it's going to spook anything, so we'll get some good practice in here. Look at about 43 yards. Wow! I don't think I've ever dropped a black bear with the 420s before. And a double lung shot, but we definitely just did that. Okay, we got another bear coming this way. I don't know if we want to take a shot at this bear or not, because we'll have too much hunting pressure here. It's only a female, so we'll let her be for now. So here's our bear. Let's see how we did on that. Ended up getting a walking double lung heart shot at 48 yards. No wonder why that thing dropped. What a beautiful shot placement. A 48 yard walking shot with the Hawkeye bow and a 17.8 black bear. Alright guys, here they come, here they go. They're coming a little bit far to the left side here, but we can definitely see them coming. The buck right there. A small buck coming this way. Man, that would work perfect if it was the right buck. Doe, doe. Small buck. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I think there actually might be two herds of whitetail here. There might be two herds of whitetail here, guys. And I'm pretty sure the other herd was with the big buck and he didn't come this way. Oh, well, at least we got a really awesome shot on that black bear. And we got to see some nice bucks come past. They weren't exactly nice, but it was still pretty cool to watch them come past pretty much like 20 yards out. So now, we need to figure this out. Right there's where they're drinking at. We need to get somewhere over here and set up a tripod here. Okay guys, here they come. So here's basically what happened. We have our tripod set up here now. Before, we were over here. This is where we took down the black bear with the bow, and there's actually two separate herds of whitetail here. One that drinks here and one that drinks here. Unfortunately, the wrong herd came right past us, and now I just figured out where this buck's hanging out. We spotted him right over here across this river. That means he's gonna go all the way over here, cut across this crossing here. Here, another buck. That's the second herd. And then he's gonna come in front of us here, and hopefully he comes into range. Oh my god, you guys, here they come, here they come. We got a doe right there. Oh, she should be with that buck. Here she comes. Well, we got a couple does over there and a small buck. Looks like two coyotes, and oh my god, here he comes. Here he comes. That's our giant buck, guys. Get ready, get ready. Alright guys, he's about 60 yards away coming through this thick brush. I don't know if he's gonna go left or if he's gonna go right. We'll be ready for him. What a smart old buck. He's just sitting there tight at about 120. You know he wants to come back. Just a matter of when. Well guys, I really wanted to get this giant buck out of a tripod, but it's just not going to happen because he's too smart. For some reason, every time he comes close to that tripod, he senses something, even if we have a perfect wind. So we're going to put the sneak on him, try and get into range, and make this happen. Alright guys, so we just got to about 70 yards out from this giant buck. This is literally as close as we've been to this buck this entire time without him actually spooking. Because every time we see him in a tripod, he just bolts. So I'm really glad we can finally observe this giant buck without him taking off. But we don't have a ton of time, so we're gonna have to make this happen. We're basically gonna have to go prone and go like 50 yards as slow as we possibly can. Oh my god, there he is. Well guys, it's now or never. He's 40 yards away right there, quartering slightly at us, but we could hug tight to that front shoulder and we should be able to get double lung liver. Alright, let's make this happen. I think we just heart shot him. Oh, we got him. He's big. He's our biggest buck of the day. And we just smoked him at 40 yards with the hawk edge bow. Well, here he is. Hey, don't get too much bigger than this, guys. That is a giant whitetail buck. Just a ton of points everywhere. Let's take a really cool picture of this. What a special buck. Alright, let's pick him up. Holy, he's gonna score 235. We ended up getting a double lung stomach shot at 45 yards out on him. What an awesome buck right there. It has been one heck of a tough hunt. Let me tell you what, the first buck it took a long time to get, and we actually took him down with the recurve, which was phenomenal. And this buck's actually a little bit bigger than the last one, and we smoked him at 45 yards out with the hawk edge bow. But he's got some incredible height on his G2s there, tons of points all over, and he's not super wide, but you know what? He's an awesome looking whitetail buck. We are having such an amazing hunt so far. We took down that giant whitetail buck out of a tree stand, but not only was it out of a tree stand, but it was out of the tree stand with the recurve bow, and that's our biggest whitetail we've ever taken with the recurve bow. So that was an incredible moment. What an awesome hunt, but that was pretty difficult. That buck was one smart old buck. Anyways, then we took down that second buck after that. We couldn't quite get him past the tree stand, or well, actually I couldn't find a spot to set up a tree stand, but we couldn't get him to come past the tripod that we had set up there. But we actually have another tag for a monster whitetail buck that I've been saving for a little while now. Now, I was doing some scouting a couple weeks ago, and there's this buck. Let's just say I call him the wide rack. He is super wide, a ton of points, and he's just a monster. We're gonna go over there and see if we can't find him. In fact, I'm going to show you what he looks like. I got some really cool footage of him. I got some really cool pictures of him, I should say. They're not exactly footage, but anyways, he's an awesome buck. Now, we went out there a couple days ago, and I was actually in the stand. I had him about probably 150 yards out the initial day that we did set up our tree stand. So we almost had him that night. But the thing about hunting is, I would say like 95% of the time, when you set up a tree stand in an area where you think a big buck's gonna come out, you're probably not gonna get a shot off at that buck. But there's a really good chance you might see that buck. And that's all you really want. That way you can plan for the next day and figure out what you're gonna do next. And that's exactly what we had happen. That buck came out, and now we kind of moved our stand in position, and I'm hoping that he comes through that same path and we can make a nice shot on that giant, super wide rack monster whitetail buck. There he is. Jeez. Well, he came out about 90 yards to the left side of us here, and we really didn't know exactly where he's gonna come. I was hoping he was gonna come this way, and well, he decided to go the other way. I think there's two decent bucks in there. One's an absolute giant, but that buck there is definitely a shooter too. Alright guys, there's our stand. Let's head over. We're only 20 yards from it. Now that giant buck should be probably only 150, maybe 200 yards from us, so we gotta be super quiet. We got movement guys. Looks like a blacktail buck coming this way. This is the first action that we've seen this entire time that we've been waiting for this giant buck. Yeah, it's gonna be a blacktail buck. Just a little one. That's the second biggest buck coming right underneath us, guys. This giant buck is coming. We gotta get ready. Where is he coming from? Where is he coming from? Oh my god, there he is. Oh my god. There he is, guys. Whoa, 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 whoa. What just happened now? Don't turn around. And then he was gone. Just like that. Now, there's no reason that that whitetail buck shouldn't have came this way. Not only the buck, the entire herd of whitetail should have came this way. That first buck in the middle came, and he's the second biggest buck, but the biggest buck in the doe just stopped at like 65 yards out and completely turned around, made a 180 and walked the other direction. That was it. Now, how many times do we have to get outsmarted by these giant whitetail bucks? I really don't understand how they're so smart. We're up in a tree stand, we had a perfect wind, we even had cover spray on, absolutely everything was scent lock. They still would not come past 60 yards. The same thing happened with that last buck. That's why it took us so many tries to be able to get that buck. Now, we're gonna have to go to plan C, because this is gonna be a tricky one. And plan C is probably going to be spot and stalk, because this tree stand thing is not working out. We need to get downwind, we need to get low to the ground, that way they can't see us or smell us. We finally found our giant super wide rack buck for the third time. He's out there at about 200 yards away. Now there's 2 bucks there and there's 2 does. I only see 2 bucks, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on those 2 does. There's something, see that? There's one there and there's one there. These 2 could definitely blow our cover if we're not careful. But anyways, let's put the sneak on this giant buck and get close. Look at that. She's like a little bodyguard there. See that? That's the doe. That's our buck. That means we're going to be able to get to about this point right here. And we're going to have to go for a shot, which will still be about 40 or 50. We'll definitely be in range. Alright guys, it's time to go prone. Time to get on our belly and do the crawl. Now we want to stay on the back side of this bank here so we have as much cover as we possibly can get. And when we loop around, it should be pretty broadside, about like 45 yards out. But there he is. Right there. Yeah, he's quartering a little bit. Honestly, I would definitely take that shot. What a giant buck. Alright, we're gonna get a little closer, get a range on him, and go for a shot. Remember, keep an eye on that doe, guys. Keep an eye on that doe. Doe is right there. There's the doe that we've been watching this whole time. She's 40 yards out right there. I think we should have some cover once we get in. We do have cover. A little bit. Not a lot. Okay, yeah, we have cover. Oh, we have cover, guys. He's 40 yards away. Right there, guys. He's 40 yards away. A little bit of blockage of the shot, but we're going to slide over just a little bit. Get a better pocket here. I think this will work good here. See what we're dealing with. Perfect, perfect, perfect. He's definitely cornering at us a little bit. A little more than I would like, but we can hug tight to that front shoulder. 37. If we hug tight to that front shoulder, we should easily be able to bust through. We're pulling 70 pounds back here, and we have about a 30-inch draw, so we should definitely have some good penetration. We just dropped him. We got him, guys. No way! That was the other buck I wanted. I wanted that buck too. Oh my god, we got both of them. I can't believe we finally got him. This buck was so smart. It's like, all these bucks are so smart when we're in the tree stand. So we had to put a spot and stalk on him. And we finally found him down here. Take a look at this, guys. This is our wide rack buck that I really wanted to get. I wasn't sure if we'd be able to pull it off, and ended up we actually did. We took him at 43 yards, got a double lung shot on him. I just want to see how wide he is. That is a 25 inside spread, and I want to take a look at that shot placement though. Wow, absolutely smoked him. 196 score in a whitetail buck right here. Oh, look at the size of him. Oh my god, that's a giant. That's an absolute giant whitetail buck. Wow. What a rack. He's gonna score 259, and we made a 38-yard double lung liver stomach shot as he is quartering at us. Oh, we dropped him right in his tracks. But take a look at how wide that buck is. That's our biggest buck of the entire season right there, guys. He ended up having a 25 inside spread on him and 14 different points, a 14.25 inch spread, giant whitetail buck. He ended up weighing 200 pounds. What an incredible buck, and what an incredible season this has been. Wow, such an amazing feeling to finally be able to fill the tag on this absolute monster whitetail buck. See, we had him about 40 yards out, and we busted right through that shoulder like I thought we would, because we're pulling 70 pounds here and we have a 30-inch draw, no problem. Busted right through there, and just an awesome buck. He is definitely going to our lodge. Well guys, welcome back to camp. Man, we had one successful deer season this year. It was an amazing time. We ended up getting 3 just incredible whitetail bucks. 1 with the recurve, and we took on 2 with the compound bow. But all in all, it was a great time. But to get real, we have some things to talk about. So here's what I think about the whitetail. Everyone knows the whitetail are kind of broken, but they're not just kind of broken. They're actually really broken to the fact that they will not come past a tree stand without spooking. Now I've had blacktail, elk, even bear come past a tree stand without spooking. So that means the tree stands have something wrong with them, the tripods have something wrong with them, and the whitetail have something wrong with them. That's 3 different major problems that we have right now that we need to get addressed majorly. Also, the callers absolutely do not call in any of the animals. Sometimes you get super lucky if you get within like 50 yards from them and then start calling, but at that point you might as well just take the shot. So yeah, it's really difficult to hunt on a hunting game right now, and I'm really hoping that these things get fixed, because honestly it shouldn't have taken over 2 days to be able to take down 2 giant whitetail bucks with a bow. But it definitely took quite a while, because the fact is, now this is what it should have looked like. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little insight on what I think is going on with Call of the Wild at this moment. There are a few things that are definitely not working properly. I should have been in the tree stand, and I should have been able to have that buck come right past. Not only that, I could have easily set up a stand here 20 yards away from the zone, and we could have taken him from here. But I thought, nah, I wanted to have more of a challenge. I want to be able to see where he's going to come in and come out and kind of cut him off that way. Not go like right directly to the spot that he's going to drink at. Because otherwise it's like sitting, it's kind of like bow hunting a water hole. Well, you know they're going to come there. It's just a matter of when. So anyways, that's not working out right now. Because like I said, there's a few things that are going on. Well guys, you want to know where we got that giant super wide rack whitetail buck from? I'm going to show you right now. We're over here at the North Lake of Runachie. It's called Leighton Lows. Kraken Rope Bridge is over here, and what outpost is near here? Nothing really. You kind of have to put a tent here because it's super far from kind of everything. But basically it's north of the Runachie outpost, this little lake up here. And I haven't seen a whitetail here in probably over a year, honestly. It's been a long time, and I don't even have a zone here, but the way I found this buck is I actually have a tent set up here. I found a need zone random from just whitetail deer, 4 whitetail deer. One of the tracks was like a medium-sized buck, so I figured I would track him down, tracked him all the way over here, and it led us to a zone. We did get a zone. It doesn't show here for some reason. And no, it didn't go away either because we only took down 3 deer from here. Actually, I don't even know if that doe went down. But anyways, I went over here and picked up the zone. And on that zone, one of the tracks was a max weight whitetail buck track. So I looked to see where that buck went, and I saw that he actually went through this way. But I wasn't sure if he was going to go in the same way or out the same way. So anyways, I split the distance with the tree stand in the middle of the first night, and that's where I saw him go out here, and he was about 150 yards out. And then the second night I thought, okay, so we know where he came out. We went over there, we set up a stand right here. That buck really should have came right underneath us. Realistically, that buck would have walked right under us. There's no way he would have had any clue we were there. It was the first night we had to stand there. There was no scent around there or anything. And yeah, he did not come in. Then we came back a third time, and this time I actually came when they should have been drinking, and I thought, we're going to put the spot and stalk on them. We came from this tent here, worked our way over here, and I actually saw those whitetail from this point here, and we snuck and belly crawled almost 300 yards to this position right here, and took down that giant buck right here at, I think it was 1400 in the afternoon. But all in all, we're going to head back to the trophy lodge now and take a look at all 3 of our trophy whitetail buck that we got today. Well, after a very long and tiring, but yet very, very successful hunting season this year, we ended up getting 3 incredible whitetail bucks. Now this one here that we're looking at is actually the one that we got out of the tree stand with the recurve bow. So he is definitely getting mounted. That's our biggest whitetail we've ever taken with the recurve bow right there. He scored 214.3, just an incredible whitetail right there. Then there's this buck. This is the 235 whitetail we took with the Hawkeye bow. This is the second buck that we did get. Well, technically it's like the 3rd or 4th because we took another medium-sized buck out of that one tree stand there. But yeah, this is the buck we tried to get out of a tripod, and this thing was so smart. He just kept on eluding us, and we couldn't figure out a way to get close enough to take a shot out of a tripod. Finally, what we did was we actually spot and stalked him and took him down at like 40 yards and just smoked him. That's an awesome looking buck though. I really, really like that. That looks cool. But lastly is this guy. This guy was so smart. We had him 60 yards away coming in. He was coming right down the pipe basically, coming right underneath us, following all the does and a small buck. And then all of a sudden he decided to do a 180, turn around, go back the complete opposite direction. That is how smart this buck is. We saw him 2-3 different times, just wasn't able to take a shot. First night we put our stand, he came past about 200 yards out from us, so a little too far for a bow shot. But then we ended up sneaking up on him, put a spot and stalk on him, and got to about 40 yards and just absolutely smoked this giant, super wide rack whitetail buck. And that is going to wrap up our hunt for today. And not only that, I do want to tell you one thing. Don't try and do realistic whitetail hunts because they're very, very broken, like I said before. It took me almost 2 days to be able to take down these 3 whitetail bucks. Normally I could have done this in maybe like half or 3/4 of 1 day, but definitely not 2 days. First off, it took about 6 hours just to get that one down with the recurve. And not only that, I couldn't even have taken them with the Hawkeye bow if I wanted to, because they're so broken right now. They will not come past a tree stand or a tripod. What you could do is spot and stalk them though. That's the only thing you could do. But to be able to get a tree stand or tripod right now, they're kind of broken. And not only that, do not use the collar. Whatever you do, do not use the collar because I've had them actually spook from that at this point. So that's another thing that's broken too. So I just want to let you guys know that. A lot of you guys are saying like, oh, I want to do some realistic hunts, but it seems like the whitetail are very difficult to get to come into range. And I'm thinking, yeah, you're right. They are very difficult to come in right now because they're kind of broken. But anyways, hopefully that gets fixed soon. And yeah, the new map is coming out, but all we can do now is look forward to the new map and hopefully that they get time to fix some of the things that are very essential for hunting in this game. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you next time. Step out just a little bit. Oh, we just smoked him, guys. No way. I felt really confident about that shot.